Hi everyone! On Saturday I went to a Spanish market in South Bank in London and it was so nice. The food was amazing, it was so beautiful as well, the colours, everything was just in yellow and red and it was so nice there. I was planning on going book shopping as well afterwards, but I ended up actually bumping into Ben from Benjamin of Tomes and Katie from Okeki, so we all went to Foyles together and I got quite a few books. So Ben, Katie, if you're watching, hi! I blame you for this, but also thank you. So the only bookshop we went to was Foyles, but the first book I got there was Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott. This has been getting so much buzz recently. It's a new release, I think. It's the first book in the Fire and Flood series, and it's about a girl called Tella whose brother is dying of cancer. But Tella gets invited to compete in this competition called the Brimstone Bleed. I think this is like a race across barren desert and jungle and all this sort of thing. But the winner gets a cure for any disease in the world. I've heard so much about this. I've heard it be compared to the Hunger Games and I love the Hunger Games so much. So I'm hoping this will be really good. The next book I got was Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta. This book has been on my to be bought list for years and I've never seen it in a shop before. I think it's only recently got an English publisher. This is the first time I've ever seen it in a shop, so it's a sign. I just had to pick it up. From what I can tell, this is the story of the people who live on Jellicoe Road, specifically this girl Taylor, who is abandoned by her mother and is trying to, I think she's just trying to like make her way through life. This seems to be a bit of a character driven story, which would be really good. If it's not, then I apologise, I'm sure it's still really good. I'm not entirely sure what to make about the entire concept of the story. I've heard a lot about it, but in terms of actual plot I haven't heard that much, so it'll be interesting to read it and see. The next book I got was Half Bad by Sally Green. I've gone so long without picking this up because it just doesn't really seem like something I'd like, but Ben kept going on about this, so I ended up picking it up. He said it was amazing. From what I can tell, this is the story of light witches and dark witches. Light witches are good, dark witches are bad, and there's a witch who's neither good nor bad. They're a mixture of light and dark, and stuff happens, I think. Like I said, I wasn't really looking to pick this up, but it's had amazing reviews as well, so I'm sure it is really good, and it's just me being a bit sceptical, and I'm sure I'll love it. On another note, this cover I love, and look on the back. It's like the same but in white, and then the front is the same but in dark. It's so cool. I do love this cover and I'm sure I'll love the story. And the last book I got is one I'm so excited to read, and that is More Than This by Patrick Ness. This is actually a signed copy as well. I have read the Chaos Walking trilogy, love it, it's one of my favourite series of all times. It was so good. Although if this book ends anything like Monsters of Men ends, then I will probably cry because that was a really frustrating ending. I almost picked this up in hardback, but when I found out paperback was coming, I decided to wait. Because I don't know about you, I much prefer holding paperbacks because they're so much easier to carry and they're not as bulky. I mean, hardbacks are stunning, they're so pretty, but I would normally go for a paperback, especially if it's out already. This is the story of this boy. I don't know his name, he just says a boy, but this boy who dies, he drowns, but he doesn't, he kind of comes back to life, and he's trying to figure out how that's actually happened, where he is, and trying to figure out what's going on. If it's anything like the Chaos Walking trilogy, there are going to be so many twists and so many shocks in this book. I can't wait, and it's so pretty as well. Just a gorgeous cover. So these are the 4 books I got at Foyles. Let me know what you're reading this week in the comments below, and also if you've read any of these books, let me know what you think, but no spoilers. I hope you're well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.